Hey guys, today I'm doing my pregnancy update. I am currently 25 weeks and 5 days pregnant, and the baby is the size of a cabbage this week, which is so shocking to me. When I saw that on the app, I was like, a cabbage? That seems so big, but I really do feel it, and I really feel him like moving around. It's almost like I can tell where he's positioning, because it's like, it's getting to the point where it's almost like, oh my gosh, some days when I'm sitting down, it's uncomfortable because he's like pressing, like there's so much pressure. And so I can really feel like where he's at, but I'm still like trying to guess like what body part is that? Is that his head, his bottom? Like I can't figure it out. So this week I've had a lot of different things happening. Some things like are coming back from like my first trimester. I'm noticing I'm getting breakouts again. My skin was clear for a while and now it's back to breaking out. So when I wake up, I'll have again like random breakouts. So in my first trimester, I had that, and now I'm getting it again. I'm also noticing when I'm doing things, I get short of breath. So I have like shortness of breath doing different things, and it could be something just so simple. I'll bend down to pick something up and I'm like so out of breath. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it just takes so much out of me to do certain things. So I try to just be patient and like not get frustrated, but I'm now like just kind of like I said last week, like I know when to back off of certain things and not really push myself. I had my checkup appointment last week and I went over some things with the midwife that I was like feeling, and I questioned her like, you know, what is that? I think I mentioned before in a previous video, I had a double hernia surgery when I was 17. So I thought that maybe I had re-injured that and pulled the hernia again, because I was having some like really sharp pulling pains, almost the same as when I had the hernia, like when it was to the point where I needed surgery. So I asked her about that and she gave me this look like, and I said, did I, re-injure it? I remember when I was 17, they told me that, the mesh that they put in is a pretty strong mesh, but eventually maybe down the road when I get pregnant, that as the belly grows, it could pop that forward. So I asked her and she said, no, you're pushing yourself too much, and it's probably during your workouts that you're feeling it. And I kind of laughed and I said, yes, that is the only time I feel it. She told me that was round ligament pain, and that is my body telling me to back off, that I'm doing something too intense or too strenuous. So I told her, I noticed it when I was doing burpees, so I told her I have since modified those because it got to the point where it was just really uncomfortable. And even wearing like the that band that I showed you guys, the belly band, like a support band when I work out, even that, it takes so much pressure off my back and I love it, but I could still feel the pulling in my stomach. So she kind of got after me and said, you have to remember during this pregnancy, you're working out to maintain, tone and not gain muscle, not lose weight, like you're working out to stay healthy. And I said, I know. And when we left, I told my husband, I said, it's so hard. Like it's hard for me because I've never been put in this position where I don't know how to work out like that. Like I don't know how to modify things so easy. And it's like I'm trying, and this past week I was kind of like, okay, I'm just going to change up the routine and do stuff that's more like toning, not really lifting heavier weights, not, I had to like change things up, but then I feel like I'm not really getting a workout, and I think it's just a mental thing with me. So I'm trying to just like, it's only for a few more months. So I just, she did kind of tell me like I have to back off of the intensity that I was putting into the workouts, which I always wear my heart rate monitor, and I always do monitor if I feel like I'm overexerting or I'm pushing myself. I do back off. I'm not like crazy, like no, I gotta keep going. I'm not like that. So I do watch like how my workouts are going. I also asked her, because I have not seen my doctor except for like once or twice. So I asked her, when was the next time I was going to see the doctor, and is that doctor going to be the one that delivers my baby? So to my surprise, she said, no, I will. And I said, oh. And she and I have a better relationship now. We started off on a rocky path, but it's gotten better. But I was kind of shocked. I didn't know that the midwife would be delivering my baby. I thought my doctor that I chose would be delivering my baby. So I've talked to a lot of friends and they said, you know, that's normal. Some people actually like having a midwife. They have better chairside or bedside manner, and you know, they know what they're doing. They do this all day long. And she told me she's been delivering babies since 1978. So she has quite a bit of experience delivering babies. I was just kind of shocked, like, oh, okay. So I guess that's why I see her the majority of my appointments and not my doctor. Then she also told me at that appointment I was going to go ahead and do the glucose test. I had mentioned that in my last video that I thought that was coming up at 25 weeks. And I told her, okay, I wanted to talk to you about that. And she said, okay. And I said, I brought, you know, some stuff to be equivalent to the sugars that you need in the glucose test. And she said, well, it doesn't work that way. And I said, well, I have my concerns about drinking the glucola. I did research even before I was pregnant, knew that I did not want to drink it. I didn't want to put it in my body, and I wanted another option. And she laughed and said, I knew we were going to have this conversation. And I said, well, you know, it's just a concern of mine. I don't drink sodas. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't want to put something in my body that I normally wouldn't anyway. So she said that was fine. She said, your diet is very healthy. You're a very healthy individual. If you were not healthy and you didn't have a healthy diet and you were overweight, I wouldn't give you the option. She said, but I'm going to go ahead and allow you to come in 2 weeks and do the, I think it's the A1C test, where they just do a blood test and they take the last 3 months and do an average of what the sugar levels were. So that's how they'll end up doing my glucose test. So I have to go back, not this Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday. I have to go back and do the A1C. Now she said if that does come back and it's, you know, suspicious or I don't pass or whatever, then I will have to do the glucola, but she said I'm not concerned. We'll just go ahead and do it this way and then you'll be fine. But she did say in all of her years, I'm probably like the 4th person that's ever asked. So it was just something that I was concerned with from the beginning, and I had discussed it with my husband and said, you know, I want to find another option or alternative to doing this because it's not something that I would normally drink, and I don't think that I need to necessarily put that into my system to get, you know, an accurate reading of what the glucose is. I knew there was another option. So I am doing that next week and we will see how that goes. And then I have another appointment with her, I think the end of this month. So other than that, everything else is going really well. I have my ups and downs with being tired and other days having like a ton of energy. That, like I said, it comes in waves where good day, bad day. My sleeping is getting a little bit more difficult at night. I'm not able to sleep sound throughout the night anymore. I'm doing a lot of tossing and turning. Like my hip, I'll start off on the left side, I switch to the right side, I wake up on my back. I just have not had like a good solid night's sleep. I always check my Fitbit in the morning to check the sleep pattern, and I'm so restless, like more restless than what I've ever been. And it's just getting like uncomfortable for me. Like my back, my legs, like it's not really my legs, it's more like my hips, which I had an appointment with my acupuncturist this week. And I swear, she did acupuncture, a massage, and cupping. And I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I was just beat up. Like my whole back, my neck. And it's just, and I don't know, it could be because the day before I had my acupuncture appointment, I had leg day, which I had kind of skipped on leg day for a while. And I was doing like easier stuff than what my normal leg day routine is. So I hadn't done that leg day in a while, like that routine. So I think it was like a mixture of the next day soreness and then her doing the acupuncture and the cupping, because I still have a ton of cupping marks on my back. And it was just, I mean, it's so relaxing when you go in there and it feels so good. It's not painful. Like it's just, it feels really good. And when I leave, I feel so much better. I feel so energized. And then the next day it's like, oh, I'm kind of sore. But I try to just drink a ton of water just to flush out, you know, whatever when I, you know, go in. So just trying to like stay on top of the water. It's been really hot too, so that hasn't been difficult for me to get in the water. And our downstairs air conditioner broke. I have no idea what's wrong with it. We have 2 AC units, one upstairs and one down. And the downstairs one, I turned it on the other day when I was cooking dinner and I didn't realize that it never popped on. And then my husband got home and he's like, it's hot in here. And I was like, well, I have the oven on. And then I like remembered, I turned on the air, hasn't it clicked on? Well, it hasn't. So we have someone coming out today to check it, thank goodness, because I stay upstairs where the air's at because it's way too hot to go downstairs. So hopefully that's just a quick fix, because it's too hot for this pregnant girl to be cooking dinner and being in a really hot house. And that's pretty much all my updates. My weight is the same. I am up 11 pounds. I checked myself again today. I was the same as when I went to weigh in at my doctor's appointment. So I haven't really gained anything this week. Still the same on the weight. My belly, I think it's still growing. I think it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting some days where it's just uncomfortable. Like I said, he's moving around so much, and I can feel like it's almost like he's pushing against my skin, and it just gets so uncomfortable. I haven't noticed any like itchiness on my belly. I just noticed like my belly button, and I don't know if that could be because I have like scar tissue around it from surgeries, and I don't know if because that's like my belly button stretching, so that's getting itchy, but my stomach has not been itchy at all. Just, it's weird. It's like just the very top of my belly button. Strange, but that's all for that. I only bought a couple of items while I was out shopping. I found like some really good deals. I was at Dee and I found 2 blankets, and I thought they were so pretty and so soft, and they were just a really good deal. This one is like a little damask print little minky blanket. The inside is just blue, like baby blue minky. And then it has damask with like black trim. It was on clearance for $2.99. I could not pass up this blanket because it was so pretty and so soft. And I was like, $2.99. So I picked up this blanket. And then I also found this one at Dee It's a really pretty like cream, like soft fur. And then the inside has like this really plush, just like white material. And this one was on clearance for $3.49. So I picked up this blanket as well. And then we were at Babies R Us over the weekend, and I wasn't really looking for clothes. I feel like I've bought him so many clothes. Plus my mom's buying him clothes, and my girlfriend has mailed me some things that are just so cute. And so we were there, we were looking at shoes. So these he won't wear for a while, but I found these little Converse, and I thought these were so cute. These are a size 2, and these were half price. So they ended up being like $10, but they're just little black and white Converse, and these are just little crib shoes. They have like the soft bottoms. So I got him these, and then this other pair he will not wear until I think he's probably about a year. I was looking at the back of this because it has like the sizing chart, and the size I got him was a 4, so it says 9 to 12 months in these neck shoes. But these are the Koala Kids, and these were on clearance. They were $9.98 and then half price, so really like $5 for shoes. I thought it was so cheap, but I thought these were cute. They're just little white like tennis shoes with blue trim, and they're just plain. But I got these in a size 4, so like I said, he won't be wearing these for a while. And these are just like little hard bottoms. But I thought they were so cute. So I had to pick those up. I thought they were a really good deal, and I couldn't really pass them up. So that's everything for this week, all my updates. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my belly. Okay, so I'll show you guys the belly from the front, the side, other side. And that is all the updates for this week. Thank you so much for following along, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!